What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. I bought an absolutely massive bulk collection, roughly 40,000 cards for about $500, $600. I think it was about just under $600. I'm going to show you how I process such a large order, especially as someone who has a full-time job and it's kind of my side thing, but it's just to kind of prove the point of why anyone who sells cards, bulk is so important, and it's one of the most profitable things you can do. So we'll get to that in a second, but first, if you don't know who I am, my name is Bronzgod. I have been selling on Tcgplayer for about 3 years, and I had just about to hit 10,000 in sales, or 10,000 orders in total, and do about 40,000 a year just in bulk. And let me show you what we bought. So we've got these ETBs right here. Now each ETB, I kind of just threw them on the ground. It's gonna be about 500 cards. So there's about 25,000 to 30,000 cards just in ETBs. I still have these to go through here. But then we also got this box that we still have to sort through. This box, which has a bunch of older stuff in it, and some newer stuff, but there's some older stuff. There's some crazy stuff in there. And then we got this box down here as well. But this is what the majority of it looks like. Now, goal number one is to set sort everything. I think set sorting, in my opinion, especially when you don't have a lot of time, is the most important. Because you want to sift out anything else that's kind of crazy in value. Case in point, I'm going to show you this right here, which is, so okay, so we spent about $500-600 on this, and after about halfway through, we found a bunch of these. So these are some Cosmos Rayquaza promos. They're about $3 each, and we found about 40 of them, which is about $120 in value, which is just about a quarter of what we spent for all of this. Those are also in a PSA 10 about $130 to $150. So I've already conditioned most of them, and of those 40 copies, maybe 15 to 20 are potentially a PSA 10. So even if we send half of those 20, if we send those in, let's just say a quarter of them come back a 10, that's our money back. Easy peasy. So that's our money back, and everything else here is pure profit, and that is why bulk is so important. It takes forever, and sometimes it sucks really bad because you feel like you're never gonna get through it all, but I'd rather have a bunch of profit sitting here than not. So once I get everything set sort, and this is specifically for Pokemon, I will find 151. 151 is easily the easiest set to make money on in Pokemon, especially with bulk. And I haven't done this yet, so we're gonna do this in a minute, but here's all the 151, flip this around. So these two towers here, and this little mini one down here, this is all 151. So what I'll do is sort out all the reverse hollows and the hollow rares. I will list everything. A couple of the topics I'm gonna go over in other videos to focus more on them, but I list everything. I don't care how many of a copy of a card I have. For example, let's go down to this box here. This is the beginning of Prismatic Evolutions, and I literally have, I mean, how many binding Mokis? Like maybe 120, 100 or so of each card almost. A lot of people will make lots out of this stuff, but I want to be the guy that's got everything. And I will go over that in another video as well, but it is profitable to list everything. It is definitely space intensive and requires a lot more time, but it's the path I chose, and I'm going to be preaching that to the high heavens. So now that we have everything set sorted for the most part, I do have some other boxes to go through. We're going to go through that 151 stack, and I'm going to show you how close we are going to get to our number just off of the hollows and reverse hollows from there. So we're going to break out the sorting tray and get to that. Okay, so we've got a couple stacks. I got like 2 over here. I got another 2 over here. Basically everything you saw that I pointed out on on the counter that was 151. So, and this isn't just 151. Any set I do, I will always sort out the reverses and the reverse rares and the hollow rares first. Now, people who have been doing this for a long time know, but if you're starting, you may not. Reverse hollows are the fastest moving cards in bulk. Next in line would probably be the hollow rares and your playables. You can easily sell playables. There's plenty of playables that will move faster, but if you have the reverse hollow or hollow version of them, they will usually go pretty fast. So first thing we do is we just go through all these cards and we will sort out all the reverse hollows and all the hollow rares. Once we do that, we will then go one step further and then separate the reverses and then separate the hollow rares into their own pile. Once again, we will be listing everything. So even though I'm sticking all this regular stuff to the side, it will all get listed. You're going to hear me say, I'm going to make a video about that probably 20 times in this video, but there are a lot of little things that, that I do that a lot of people don't. When it comes to selling bulk. Now, it may not be, you may not have room to do things the way I do it, or the time. I mean, I don't have the time, to be honest with you. But when it comes to bulk, the more you have listed, the higher the chance is that someone will buy stuff. And that's something, again, we'll go over on another video. But the number of orders I get for 100 Pidgeys, or 250 horsies, or whatever, insert random nerd here, is pretty astounding. Just for reference, I think we just we're close to 180,000 total cards. And that's a lot. And there are some nights where I wish I could be doing something else. It's a lot of the reason why, it's half the reason why I keep saying I'm going to stream and do other stuff and I don't. Because there's some nights where I'll have, 15, 20 orders, but each of these orders are like 100 cards, 80 cards, 220 cards. And you might be asking yourself, like, is it really worth all that time to do this? And ultimately, that's a question you have to answer for yourself. But to me, especially when the market is the way it is, and there's so many people trying to get the best, the biggest and best things, and, quick flips and sealed product and waiting in line for this, that, the other. It's the easiest way to make money if you're willing to do the work. And it's not necessarily hard work, it's just time intensive. And man, there is a solid amount of hollow rares and reverse rares in here. So we're gonna get through the rest of these stacks here, and then we'll go to the next step. But this is going to be pretty good. Okay, so we have our hollow rares now sorted in alphabetical order. So the next step is going to be scanning these in using our scanner. It is the Fujitsu Ricoh FI8170. I don't have, let's see with my camera here. There we go, perfect. So this thing is an absolute unit. And what we do is we just take a stack of cards, about that big, and we will fan them out. My microphone's a little far away, so sorry if it's a little muffled right now. And we will shove these bad boys in there just like that, and then boom. And it's that easy. Now there is like surgery you have to do to this thing in order to make sure it doesn't like scratch up your cards and stuff, but that's for another day. But yeah, so we're gonna scan in all of these hollow rares, and once I upload them, you are probably gonna be surprised on what the actual value is on all this stuff. Especially when we get to the reverse hollows. When we get to the reverse hollows, it's gonna blow your socks off. But this is the reason why I always go to 151 first, because I want to get my money back as fast as possible. And after 151, like I said, Journey Together is a close second. There's a couple trainers in there that reverse hollows are like 50 cents. I kind of go in order by set from the most profitable to least profitable as far as reverse hollows and hollows go. We're almost done with these. I got one more stack, and then once we're done, we will get to the program, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this is Scan and Identify through Tcgplayer. I'm sorry, I'm a little lazy. I don't want to change my camera again. So basically, we upload all of our files into here, and then it's an easier way to import all your inventory. Now with Pokemon and Hollow Rares and Reverse Rares, it's not the best. I don't know if it's about the finish on the foils, but so many of these things are going to come up unidentifiable, which I'm going to manually do, only because I want to make sure you guys see the value, especially from this set. So we're going to give it a second to do that. Hopefully it's not too many unidentifiable images. And again, I think this is the last time I'm going to say it. There are a lot of things in this video that I'm going to go into in way more depth and detail down the road. But as far as just the steps in order of which I process a bulk collection of that size, these are the steps I do. I believe we're probably going to have at least $150 to $200 in marketplace value of hollow rares. So hopefully it doesn't come up too. It's not fun matching all these cards. Oh, sweet. They all came up positive. Okay. So at the very bottom of the screen, it's going to give us the value of all of these. You have to kind of go through and skim and make sure that they all like match. You know, it's usually it's a lot easier when you do it all with the same set. But like sometimes things like this can happen where it's like a pre-release staff promo instead. So I am going to go and find and change these over just so that way it doesn't mess with our dollar amount, because I want to give an accurate number. So I'm going to skim through these really quickly, and then I'm going to show you the value of these after that. Okay, so that wasn't too much. So all the hollow rares are in, and the total value is going to be at the bottom here. So about 76 bucks, which is not bad at all, especially since there are definitely a couple in here that are $1 or $2. We got, I think, Mewtwo, Gengar is about $1.50. I think Mewtwo is another one that's I want to say it's like 50 cents to $1 a piece, but 75 cents. So yeah, so just the hollow rares alone is $75. So we'll get that staged and uploaded, and then once we do the hollow rares, then we're going to get to the reverse hollows, and that's where we're probably going to double or triple that number. So let me get to scanning on those, and then I'll get them uploaded and show you what that looks like. Okay, so with the reverse hollows all scanned in and taken care of, I had a match more than I wish I did. The reverse hollows with this program, it's just the hollowing, like I said, it just makes the image darker and it's harder to see. But the total value, as you can see down here, is $257 in market value for these reverse hollows. So when we add that to the 65 or 70, brings us to about 340. And then the promo stack, which was about another 120, 130, we're looking at right around $450, $500. And we paid somewhere between $5 and $6 for it. So even after fees, we're about $100 shy of making our money back, which won't be hard to do. Once I list all this regular stuff, 151 is so easy, man. People will come in and just buy all of one guy that they really like, and this is why when you're doing this kind of business or side hustle, bulk is so important. It is basically risk-free, and it is super profitable if you have the time and effort. And yeah, so a lot of these topics that I did cover, I will go into more detail in future videos. I just wanted to,
that collection was so huge, and it's been a while since I bought one that big, that I wanted to kind of go briskly over start to finish how I kind of take care of business. If you have any questions or comments, whether you like the information, didn't like the information, or you have questions on what to do for yourself, feel free to leave them in the comment section. I'd be glad to help any way I can. Yeah, we'll probably be covering more and more of this type of stuff, even smaller pickups. If I pick up a little small collection of hits, maybe make a short or two of that, because you never know what you're gonna find in this stuff, man. And it's the treasure hunt gets very addicting, and if you have the stones for it, it's a good way to go. So appreciate you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.